Breakfast. 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 Breakfast in the morning. For breakfast.
Welcome back to another episode of Tater N Bean. I'm Tater,
This is Bean.
and we're here to try to get Bean to pay attention for about half an hour so we can, spend some time with you.
More than 5 seconds, because the goldfish attention span isn't very well, helping.
It's the hyperactive ADD, but it could be that. If you haven't checked it out, we got episode 2 out, so go ahead, check it out, like it, comment, subscribe, share it out. We want to get the views up on it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
We checked it out earlier today, and, I was pleased to see that. I was a little worried that my words were going to come out a little jumbled because I got a lot of stuff around my jowls, and it interferes the sound waves.
No, it was nice and clean.
I was just envisioning it like if you had an ocean and the waves were coming in, and then a boat came through.
Yeah,
and then those waves.
just a little choppy.
Yeah,
you thought it was a little bit more,
The words would come out running over each, tripping over their feet.
I got you.
But it came out pretty clean, and so I enjoyed that. I was proud of myself.
I definitely always feel like I stutter a lot more than I do, but sometimes I do stutter a lot though, especially when I start losing train of thought. But I mean,
That's that's part of the deal.
What can you do?
Part of the deal. What you been up to this week? I don't think I've seen you at all.
I don't really know what to say on that regard, other than I've recently discovered that you can take a bong rip and then eat salami, and it tastes like that top shelf shit that you get from Publix.
The high-end boar's
Yeah,
head?
like you're paying a little extra out the pocket for it because it's they spend a little extra time
The
on
short
it.
fat johns, the nice salami stick.
Dude, I'm telling you, it'll change your life.
Wow. It probably tastes like a smoked sausage.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where it happens and you don't realize that you just figured something out that is actually kind of cool.
When we're talking about...
I'm gonna tell this to my stepdad though, and he's gonna look at me like I'm a dumbass. Like,
yeah, because your stepdad knows that when we're talking about gourmet sausages, that Publix doesn't even reach the top shelf of gourmet sausages.
Yeah, no, that's gourmet to somebody from Bithlo,
Oh, for sure. No,
gourmet to us is fucking
shopping at Publix is
cinnamon
gourmet
on
when you're from the
toast.
trailer park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Publix is the fucking the high end shit.
Yeah,
even the Publix brand tops, whatever you're getting from the corner store family Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you're getting from Bob's Market. The church pantry, the expired pies that they would hand out.
Oh yeah, 7-Eleven would throw away those pastries at the end of the shift.
I would never see poor people floss so hard than when they were at the church pantry. They're like, get an extra pie. It's like, it's expired and there's mold on half of it. And they're like, take 2.
Yeah, just throw out that half of the bread loaf. You got a whole fucking new...
I'm not going to lie, we did it plenty of
bread.
times.
Dude,
and I've been there, but...
You got to cut around the mold, dude.
They will flex. I got 3 loaves of bread. And it's like, you got 10 slices when you take out all the moldy pieces.
They would be giving out expired frozen meat and stuff, and you'd be your mom would be taking that home, making some fucking spaghetti with it.
Some stew.
It still slapped though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
when you
chop
grow
up
up
some
in
fresh zucchinis, drop it in the pot.
You grow up in the ditches. You know how to season shit. People always hound on white people for not using seasoning, but if we didn't use seasoning, our shit would have been bland.
I think there's some validity to that, though. I mean, my mom can cook, but I do think some white people are missing the...
They definitely don't add as much spice, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%. They're just like, there's salt and pepper on the table. He's like, I'm not talking about salt. What about some garlic and,
mustard.
Some cumin? You know what I mean?
Cumin.
This episode is brought to you by the Puerto Ricans, who supplied us the wonderful homemade beverage, coquito, for the holidays.
This
is actually
banging,
a pistachio flavor, and we're going to do an exclusive first taste test.
Oh, are we doing a taste test?
Oh, yeah, of the pistachio, John. We're going to end up drinking the whole thing probably, but we're going to taste it here.
I got to finish what you already poured me.
Let's go. We already tapped into the original bottle, so now we're going to see what this pistachio, John, is like.
Just get a little taste of it, though. I mean, not that one, but we got a little taste of the other one.
The lady that made it for me put these little decorative deals on here. I think it just adds to the Christmas spirit, maybe. But let's see if we can get this back on here for her. She took a lot of time, so I want to represent her brand well. Again,
Would you mind throwing me a
Coquito,
napkin?
homemade. You know you can only get it through the holidays from the Puerto Ricans. It is exclusive. This is the pistachio flavor. We had the original first. It was absolutely ridiculous. I still have the cinnamon here.
That's all.
I've never even tasted raw cinnamon.
I just have this coquito on my mouth, and I wiped it on my hands, and I don't
not
want
bad.
that shit to be sticky.
Cinnamon. This is not bad. I guess it's what I should have expected.
What was it, like a cinnamon stick that you pulled out?
Yeah, this is the real deal Holyfield.
Oh, no, I know.
You know,
Thank you.
I actually think they went and harvested the cinnamon, and that's why they only make it once a year, because they spend all this money sending their family back, you know, multiple times a year to harvest cinnamon so they can make all these coquitos at the end of the year.
We're right near the, you know, the waters of all those different countries. So
For sure.
I could imagine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a easy trek, and I feel like the cinnamon would say fresh for that. But you ready for this?
This is the Orlando culture.
Go ahead, help yourself.
How you feel? How's it treating you?
That was actually the other stuff. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that's what you were.
I'll fill her up,
tasting.
baby. Come on. She ain't gonna pour herself. Oh, this one's a little thick.
Yeah, this is.
That's how we like a baby girl.
It's definitely something you can't find when you're not in Orlando. Or just.
I mean, I don't think that's fair. I think there's Hispanic people everywhere.
That's not what I meant. But
I don't know if you ever heard about New York, but there's a lot of Puerto Ricans there. So.
That's not what I meant, but at the same time, sure.
All right. Let's do this one time for the flaccid wieners. This is for you
Respect.
guys. Here's to being young, dumb, and full of cum. Salud.
Oh, that one is thicker.
Wow, that's magical. That's like real pistachio ground down in there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably use one of those spice stones.
Dude,
What is that? That rock and mortar?
Dude, it's like you're chewing on
John.
it a little bit, but you don't mind because it's so good. It makes.
Oh, that's sticy. That's a
Dude.
mullet approved, and we appreciate the Puerto Ricans for supporting the podcast. It's been
awesome.
It's been a tough road, but here we are. Thank you.
Appreciate you. This, dude, you don't get this in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for sure. The closest thing you get
For
down
sure.
there is like some moonshine that'll make you go blind, or at least give you a kidney infection.
Or get you to the nearest gas station if you need to. But there's something to be said to be able to go to your neighbor's house and to get some moonshine that was made in his shed in the back.
You're not wrong.
You know, there's something. The ingenuity behind it's impressive too. So you can't really knock that either.
Yeah.
It's a hustle, just like
You-
anything else.
Or you go back there sometimes and it's crazy because they'll have like just these pots and these machines, and it evaporates it into this chamber and has like 3 different pipes, and they keep it there for
I feel like that stuff is pretty.
a certain amount of time.
It's crazy, but I feel like that's pretty methodical. The crazy part to me is when
It's really just
you're
passed
watching
down
all this
knowledge.
stuff and you're looking at it. It looks like a science experiment, and then these guys are smoking meth behind the tree, and you're like, these guys, and they're
You're like,
making
they're-
this like A1, fully distilled.
Why? Why?
Sorry, the dog's making a bunch of noise.
He's so jealous.
Bean's gonna have to go over there and tell him to shut up. Bean, would you?
Let's go, Bean.
While Bean goes over there, I would like to represent. I got the Dad Bod T-shirt on tonight. I just, I've actually been in a real motivational spirit lately, and wearing this shirt it reminds me that if I work hard and I watch what I eat, that maybe one day I too could have a dad bod. For a while, that wasn't even the goal. It was, to have abs, but there was just a shift and, body positivity where dad bods were the way to go. So I'm really just trying to trim up to get a dad bod. It's just one of those things. Every time I walk by a mirror, or, if I look down, take a glance, I just remember, put the 7th, 8th, 9th slice of pizza down and, try to get that dad bod. Maybe take a walk around the neighborhood. So, I guess that it was a failed attempt of getting the dog to stop making noise.
He just keeps whining. I don't know what to do. He's like looking at me like I'm supposed to do something. He won't go outside. So.
Well, did you take your jar of peanut butter over there with him?
Yo, let's.
No, heard. Heard that. No peanut butter.
I didn't know that was what I was supposed to do. Like, you didn't give me no game plan. You were just. Like,
I don't gotta tell you. It's y'all's deal.
Well, I mean, I think he's stopped now because he knows we're talking about.
Well, he heard me bring up the jar of peanut butter. He probably thinks it's on its way.
Peanut butter, and he was like,
he's like, all right, Bean's gonna come over with that jar again. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I definitely didn't use the peanut butter at your guys' house because I was always scared that Dave was in the fucking pantry doing that shit.
Oh, Brother Dave was definitely sticking his dick in the peanut butter. And he'd always say it was a spoon because it would, you know what the shape of a dick looks like. And he'd be like, oh, use the spoon.
Like a spoodle. Like,
well, it was like he just stuck it down in there, you know.
Oh, he just full. Oh.
Yeah, got like a good inch and a half of his wiener covered and just went about his day. I don't know what he did with it.
You could have anything.
I honestly don't know.
What do you not do with a wiener with peanut butter on it?
So,
go to church.
Anything else happened? Yeah, exactly right. Anything else happened fun for you this week? Any intriguing activities?
I'd say no, but I have definitely been thinking a lot about going back to Alabama because we're going on a little trip and I'm gonna go see my family, and that brought up in my brain like this wreck that I had when I was 15. I had an S10 that my parents let me drive down dirt roads and stuff when I was learning how to drive. It was a stick shift. So,
a little 5-speed, John.
It was a stick shift, so I was like driving it like it was a fucking race car, going down these dirt roads.
Like you're a drifter.
And I gunned it coming around this turn, and it was way too, it cut too hard. I didn't know it cut that hard. And I went completely sideways, and we barreled
when you say we,
4 times.
You got to fill everyone in who we is. Yeah.
So it was me and my brother. My brother, he's actually paralyzed from the waist down. So whenever this happened, we were stuck upside down, and he was stuck in the seatbelt, and he was just dangling there.
His legs were hanging in front of his face.
He was so fucking pissed because he had just told me not to quit driving like an idiot. And the worst part is I was only going 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. So we weren't going fast enough to really do any damage to our bodies. But just the whole, rolling a car, it's not good for the car's body.
I'd like to spend a day in your head. At any speed where you're flipping a 2,000-pound vehicle, that's enough.
I was fucking having a great time.
Yeah, but that's
when we were
that's
rolling.
fast enough to put damage on your body.
Yeah, but
you just flipped a 2,000-pound vehicle.
Yes.
I just would like to take a walk in your head and use your logic for a day. Try to problem solve the things I got going on with your logic.
You wouldn't want to try. It'd be too much of a hassle for you.
No, I don't think I don't think I would want to try.
You wouldn't have the patience for it, I think.
We do a lot of spring cleaning very quickly. That's hilarious.
Hey, there's not too much.
But he survived.
Yeah.
He can still walk?
Dude, he can't.
Oh, he couldn't
but it
before.
wasn't because
yeah,
of that.
No, you're fine. We're good.
Spinal bifida, man. And they did the surgery wrong, I think.
That's a bitch.
Yeah, they did the surgery wrong. He could have been able to walk.
Well, stem cells are making a
he might
huge
be
comeback
able to,
on the scene.
Especially with all these weird brain chips and stuff that are supposed to make you be able to use your parts of your body.
Yeah, that's
but I that's not for me. I don't need to use my arm again. But if it was,
you already use your arm.
If it was for somebody that couldn't, and it would help them use their arm again.
What are you thinking? You could get the brain chip and use your arm double?
No, use it again. If
you
had nerve damage in it, and
you wouldn't want that back.
Yeah, I would if I had nerve.
Yeah, but you just said you would give it to somebody else.
I wouldn't get it now, because I don't have anything like that.
What would it help you with if you got it now? Why would that?
It wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. If you
see what I mean, I just want to use that logic for a minute.
What you're confusing the shit out of me though.
Obviously, you know what?
I thought that was a pretty decent train of thought.
Just to make it clear, everybody, I wouldn't get the brain chip either because I don't have any dead limbs.
That's what I'm saying.
But you don't have to say that. Because we can clearly tell.
Are you telling me I'm just over-explaining it and I didn't have to?
I mean, a little redundancy.
I could see that.
Oh, that was tough.
Honestly.
Alabama though, that's a trip, huh?
Mutton and rednecks having a great time, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
All you do is throw parties there because there's nothing else to do.
No, I'm sure like probably grown-ups fish and
Well, yeah, once you're above the age of like 20, you do adult stuff.
I mean it's God's country, so there's no like real bars or like any nudity or anything, right? And,
I don't know
like,
about nudity, but I know there's real ass bars. Like I went to some crazy bars in Tuscaloosa.
no, I'm not talking about Tuscaloosa. I'm talking about where you're going.
Mountville? No.
That's God's country, right?
No, literally you have 3 gas stations and a steak place.
That's pretty dope.
Ran by the guy that's the mayor also.
Oh, that's
It's one of those towns.
sounds like you spent a lot of time thinking about that high-end salami
Jesus,
this
man.
week.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like it was one of those things where I just felt like it changed my life.
It was an aha moment. It was like the first time you did LSD and you were having those
and you're
ahas.
You're like, how is this something that I didn't realize before?
Or nobody's told you. You know?
Nobody would have to tell you that. Like that should be
Well,
something
it's like one
you
of
already know.
Exactly, like the fact that, for a perfect example, those stop signs in public, like supermarket parking lots, you don't have to stop at those. Because, like, the stores put those there, not the city or, like, the police. They're stoptional. Like, if someone's walking, you stop, but not.
Stop.
So it's the same with, like, that, you know what I mean?
Are they?
They are.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
No, my
I don't know
brother's
for sure.
My stepbrother's mom, she works at a Publix, and she told him that, but I thought everyone knew that.
Shouldn't they have to advertise that they're optional though? If they were, no.
Yeah, I think on the
They
back
just
of the
put 'em
sign
there
there's
and
like a
they're just
sticker
like-
that says like,
It's like
placed here by
public
the
stop
corporation.
sign,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But-
no, for sure.
What have you been doing this week? How have you been?
Oh, just you know what I mean. Looking at it.
You just trying
the
to acquire the dad bod is definitely a
Yeah, the
feat.
mullet life is that's just a whole activity on its own. You know what I mean? Just to get up and just keep this. Excuse me, it was probably 6.3.
Yeah.
To get up and keep this, these vibes going. That's a task on its own. But
Yeah.
I mostly be just preparing and planning for our camping trip coming up in January, because we're doing a Tater N Bean brand camping trip, a little bonding time. The
Little
three.
podcast from the fucking sticks.
Yep, we're gonna be in the woods. We're gonna go on a camping trip to Georgia, drive up maybe 4 or 5 hours, and just find a place to, call it shelter for 2 days, and maybe get some good footage.
Like a real camping time. Probably have a campfire, some s'mores,
Yeah.
maybe. Do it.
Maybe put a little set on in the woods.
Do some white peopling,
Oh, white peopling, the best.
some fishing, some.
No, I'm actually excited about shitting outside again. I haven't shit outside in like.
And you could pee out there. Nobody will fucking judge you for it.
I do it anyways. I own
No,
my own
I know.
house.
Like in front of I do it in front of the house sometimes. Like when I'm a little sauce, just to
I pee out.
mark your territory.
Well, it's like I pee out front if it's dark out,
Yeah.
or if it's early morning, because I gotta let
Well, yeah, you're not gonna pee out there when kids are going to school and adults are waking up for jobs and stuff.
But then I pee out back most of the other time. I actually don't even use my toilets that much unless it's number 2. So I'm excited about being able to shit outside on a little camping excursion, and no one's gonna look at you weird.
Yeah. You just
It's
bring
like-
toilet paper and that's.
I don't even think that's something you should be judged for, anyways. If you want to shit outside, shit outside,
Yeah, just
right?
do it in the private.
That's like a natural thing, anyways. Shouldn't you do it in nature?
Yeah.
It
100%.
just seems like a logical move. Efficiency. If you were talking about maximum efficiency, I think shitting outside would be that.
Like honestly, if you're walking down the street, you gotta shit. You're telling me you gotta wait until you walk all the way home? No, just
Well, what
go
is shit? Manure. So you're already
take
putting
a
it back
detour
into
to
the
the woods,
environment where it could be used again.
Pop a squat, yeah, take a shit, and then it'll decompose and be a plant in 10 days. Like
And then you eat that plant and you shit again. And
exactly.
you just ate plant with your shit particles.
Yeah, that's how peanuts work. That's why people get E. coli.
Because they eat the peanuts out of their shit.
Eat peanuts that have people shit in them.
Where do those peanuts come from?
No, not for real. But I think that's how it happened. But that was off topic. I was trying
Where'd you get your statistics from?
Peter Pan peanut butter had a thing where they had like porta potties close to the. They had porta potties close to the plant. The plants that they were growing, and it got the particles from the people's shit in the plants and made people get sick with E. coli or something.
I thought there was just like rats that were shitting in the peanut butter.
That could also have been from.
I don't think there was like Porta Johns placed closely
people-
next to the factory.
I don't even know at this point, dude. Like, you read articles and shit, and it's like a hit or miss. Like, you have to fact check everything, or you
He's
just
like, I
sound
don't.
like
He said, I don't
sound
believe
like
the
a
rat.
dumb piece of
He
shit.
said, I don't believe the rat narrative.
I
I
did-
think there was a porta potty
I
placed too closely.
I did say didn't.
No,
believe
no,
the
no, no.
narrative.
We got to break this down. You didn't say you didn't believe it. You're correct about that. But you you knew the rat narrative, and you created your own, which was that the Porta John.
I didn't create my own.
I don't. Can you show me where you read about the Porta Johns being too close to where
Yes.
they make the peanut butter? Because
Yes.
I don't think that the $1 million or $1 billion Peter Pan
Now that
peanut,
I'm thinking about it, it could have also been like a racist
like
thing
a
that my
Renaissance fair you
grandparents-
were at.
No, like something my grandparents brought up because they didn't, trust Mexicans making their fucking peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it could be like something from that, because you get a lot of weird memory. You think you know a lot of stuff because you heard people say it when you were growing up. Like,
That's
younger.
facts,
And then you bring it up and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
dude. I thought
why
I
would
was.
I even?
I thought I was gay until about like 4 or 5 years ago because everyone told me that when I was younger. That's 100%. So
You were just like, nah, I'm gay. Like,
well, I didn't know
everyone
better.
told me.
Well, I never did like anything that would be considered homosexual. Well, I mean, I did, but not like, not crossing the line. I don't think.
Here we go.
What would you say would be crossing the line as far as homosexual? As far
Anything
as
more than a kiss.
oh, okay, so yeah, that's fair. What about okay, hold on. I don't know if this
That's
is.
like touching, though.
I don't know if this is more than a kiss though, but I'm gonna say. If,
Also,
hold on.
I'm just
Can
gonna
I
clarify. I haven't kissed a man
I have, but peck only, no
except
tongue.
for like,
But I've kissed way more girls than men, so that hold on. Let's be fair here. Hold on. You said anything more than kissing, so kissing, you're still not gay, right?
Yeah.
As long as there's no tongue.
Yes.
What about if you're looking at each other?
That's fine.
Okay,
I
cool.
think.
What about just
I'm just thinking of where these questions are coming from. Go ahead. Sorry.
What about just maybe if you just take like the ball sack out and touch it to another just bare ball sack? Would that be considered homosexual activity?
Ball Brothers? Is that
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
Ball Brothers. It's a bonding experience, I thought.
That one's a little on the line, but
On the line. What makes that
I would say
what makes that one a little iffy?
because like your genitals are touching the other genitals.
For sure, but
And it's not like, because, in certain scenarios, I don't, honestly, I'm trying to explain this, but it doesn't seem like, I would say 2 out of 10 gay.
so not gay. I'm straight, guys. Told you. So don't believe everything you heard when you were growing up.
Dude. Either way.
So
I'm
not gay?
What? No.
Not gay, right?
I would say, yeah, that's the verdict. Yeah.
All right, cool.
You're like,
Fuck yeah.
all right, my stepdad was wrong.
Yeah, fucking loser. Son of a bitch.
The toasters, man. They threw them hard.
Did you see the new developments out in the world?
Are you talking about the whole contact and aliens conspiracy?
Well, they're
Or, like,
contacting us.
for the intergalactic federation? Yeah.
I mean, again, official narrative. I'm not going to create my own. I'm not a bean. But
Yeah.
is that really what they came for? If I was an alien, like, it seems to be like, I always thought aliens were like, all-knowing or knew a lot more than we did.
Yeah, like at least knew what the fuck was going on in the cosmos.
A little bit more. You know, they like talked to some people because they had to get here somehow, so they might have meet some other like beings along the way.
After contacting us, they're definitely already contacting other civilizations.
Maybe we're the first one they got to because that's but don't you think like they would want to try out some of our activities first, like come in incognito?
Oh, 100%.
You don't think they would like swoop into Nevada or Europe and try to get like a legal prostitute? Because I feel like as an Earth being, I feel like that's one of like the
They would indulge 100%.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the indulgences, legal prostitution. That Earth beings, because it's it's not legal where we're at.
Give it some K2 to a fucking alien, seeing what happens. Like a whole different biological upbringing.
Son.
Getting them high.
Son.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
and then they'd have to eat salami afterward.
I would feel like an alien is probably smoking some freaking like.
Dude, they gotta have like some like
Mars
tonic.
Kush, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're going to other. There's probably because you know how like other
like,
planets.
bro, this is from the Milky Way galaxy.
Well,
dude.
other planets it like rains and diamonds and stuff. Like acid rain and just different types of like.
This is spritz from Mercury's atmosphere.
No, it's probably like
up.
there's probably a galaxy where there's a planet where it rains
kidding.
and nugs. And the aliens scoop in.
Honestly,
because
I would say anything's possible. So
you're telling me that the possibility, or the fact that like diamonds on Earth are way more expensive than marijuana, but they are just like rain in other planets. You don't think nuggets of marijuana could be?
I think Snoop Dogg would know. I think Snoop Dogg would definitely have the answers to this question.
I don't.
Or Wiz Khalifa.
For sure, but I don't think we're going to be able to get the answer from those guys.
I think we will.
That's debatable,
I'm
man.
optimistic.
No, I appreciate that. I do.
You know what I mean?
It's a good time to be optimistic. It's the end of a shitty year. So,
if somebody with like 26,000 can get a low sponsor from somebody, I feel like you just keep working that way.
Oh,
working your way
let
up.
the Flaccid Weens know about your sponsor on the top.
Oh yeah,
man.
I got sponsored on TikTok by the
Look at him
coldest water
cheesing
brand.
too. Look at him,
dude. I just it's one of those things where you're like, man, I actually got something out of putting in
DJ
this work.
Bean.
Penis. Sorry.
Spinning the hottest hits at Club TikTok. Check him out at Solar Wolf.
Sunday. Damn it. It's not on my. Okay, there it is. Sunday.
Well, close. You tried.
We'll get it next time.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get like a soundboard with just like random dumb sounds on it. Especially like there's some sounds from TikTok that are just gold that would be great to have.
I got some gold
Some
sounds.
classics like what's up, motherfucker?
That's fair.
I can put that in my...
Peppo
You
has.
know that meme?
I'm sure, probably. I mean, I don't speak memeology as fluently as I used to because, past 25, it's not really like a language used in, adult life. But
I would say I definitely know way too much about
dude, there
memes
was a
and videos and
time in my life where I was old school memes, like Rage comics, like the old school, like the real crude.
Oh, God, that's so...
the Rage comics.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
I know you don't. You're a child. You have a lot to learn, son. The original memes.
Rage comics. Is that like, was that on, you still had dial-up? Did you have to go on your computer for it?
No, this was like,
Or was it like an actual
regular time.
magazine?
No, it's just memes. Are memes a magazine?
Are you talking about like iFunny era?
Yeah. Before, but yeah, that came later.
Okay. Well, I didn't really have a phone before the iFunny
That's
era.
fair. Yeah.
That's probably why I don't know.
That's true.
I came in the phone game late. Like 15 was when I got a phone. Or first smartphone.
Dude, I came to the puberty game late. So at least you got a phone at 15.
Man, the puberty. I was 19, still like going through puberty, man.
Yeah,
I
bro.
swear to God.
Yes. I was like, dude, I was super excited when I like graduated from like a shrimp ween to like a prawn.
It does
like
change.
the crane shrimp. You're
It
like,
does
woof.
change. you're really thankful for it too, because you're like, because you think like middle school years, you look at your ween and you're like, man, what is this? Wait, you know what? How am I supposed to show this to somebody and they get excited?
Still sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't even know
especially
if
when
I.
it's cold.
I don't even know if when I show it to somebody, I want them to be excited. I don't even know what
Not
I
even
want them to be.
excited, just like
But just imagine, like, if Earthlings came to Earth, I think the two things that I would want to show them is my mullet.
you mean aliens.
Earthlings, yeah. If aliens came to Earth, the two things I want to show them, I think, would probably be my mullet and my flaccid ween. Not that it's impressive, but I just think that sharing your flaccid ween with somebody or
It's
a being, I think that's a bonding experience.
yeah. I was just about to say.
Yeah, it brings you together almost.
It's like what what else can you show them that's vulnerable but also can be art?
Absolutely.
Also something that's a reproductive part of, existing.
There's a lot of meaning behind a
I'm
flaccid
still
ween.
getting like pieces of the fucking pistachio
I
in my
just
mouth.
same deal. It's like eating that pistachio ice cream, the organic stuff. I just think I don't know. It's just something good about being flaccid every now and again and showing it off.
Honestly, I think a lot of people should show their flaccid weens more. I feel like the world would
What were
be
you,
a better place.
What were you telling
I
me
was trying
earlier
really
about-
hard to say that with a straight face.
What were you telling me earlier about the amount of time that you don't have a flaccid ween? Would you say it was 5% of the day?
Whenever I first brought up this topic, I think I said about 5% of the day it'd probably be not flaccid.
Which
Like at
we're
least
not
like-
mathematicians. Look at us, you can tell. But I think we figured it to be about 72 minutes a day that you
72
are
minutes a
that
day.
you are not flaccid. So you have
if
either
it was 5%.
and I think we even determined that was over half chub. So quarter chub, half chub, you're fine, still count as flaccid, but over
Yeah.
half chub, not flaccid. So you think 72 minutes a day, you're walking around over half chub.
No, after
I wouldn't say walking around,
after,
but
after we did the math, I definitely changed a little bit on that one because
Well-
I think it's probably, guys get random boners all the time, but I don't think it's 72 minutes. I think if you do get one, it's probably lasts like 2 or 3, and it probably only happens.
but how much in a day or is
I'd say
'cause-
like probably like 6 or 7 times. So it would probably be like 7 minutes. Let's say you beat off that day, like add an extra 5-10 minutes onto there.
10 minutes to beat off?
No, 5 minutes.
Dude.
10
You already-
minutes at max, because that's if you really just need the serotonin. you
You just
you're
need one
like-
burst of like,
You're just like, man, I just like.
There's the immediate regret and guilt afterwards.
If you got the flu or something, you just want to feel okay for a half a second.
Yeah, I've been
Gotta
there.
get that nut off. Not
Yep.
gonna lie, being sick and then you get the nut and it just like changes your life.
Yeah, but those times when you're sick, sometimes you could be going at it for half an hour.
Especially, yeah.
Because, like, there's just no
You're-
juice in the tank to get
you-
it going.
Your body's not into it.
I just, I know I've definitely been there where, I've done on a gnarly crank sesh, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, super sweaty, have to shower afterwards. But I'm an adult now, and not even that time is that valuable. It's just like, if it takes more than maybe 5 minutes, I'm out. I'll just give up halfway. Maybe, I won't even say halfway, but I could usually maybe like 3 minutes is my deal. You know what I mean? Like soft to soft, 12-hour turnaround, 3 minutes, done. But 5 minutes, I'm cutting the juice because
Yeah.
I have
At that point, it's a chore.
exactly. If it took you like a whole day to squeeze oranges to make a glass of orange juice, would you be drinking orange juice? Probably not.
Not all the time. And I
Yes.
definitely no. Like
Fuck no. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, but if you can whip out a glass of OJ in like 6-7 minutes, you're sucking that shit down every day.
yeah.
So I'm not going to take 30 minutes to go rub one out. It's going to be 3 to 5 minutes, and if it takes too long, I'm going to give up.
Yeah. There's no reason to. Yeah.
Even if I have nothing to do, I'll just go give up and sit on the couch. Like,
You're just like, oh well, better off next time.
always feeling bad about yourself, though, that you couldn't even press your own buttons right.
Yeah,
to-
you're like,
I don't know. That's just shrimp gang life.
it could also be like, deprived.
Deprived.
I don't know.
Dude, if it's deprived, the wind could blow wrong, and it's just like,
That
you
oh
know?
yeah, you're right. Not yeah, that's true.
I think it's fucking
That's
sticy
more
if
like
it's
over stimulation constantly.
right, man.
Which I mean, if you wear tight jeans, it's always touching something.
Well, that's for you side pipe likes.
I'm fine.
You know, I got a baked potato
I'm
sitting right,
halfway
right in
playing.
the center.
I mean, it is, but it's not like that.
Well, you know, your vein's got a vein.
I don't know what that means.
You feel uncomfortable talking about your penis?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm just. The conversation took a left turn, and I kind of wasn't in the car. You know.
I mean, we're used to that though. You've been following these Jake Paul characters trying to fight these real
Jake Paul.
yeah, right?
Oh yeah, the YouTube guy.
Yeah, trying to fight these real fighters. The worst
He,
part
like-
is that we're talking about it right now because it just, the reason that
It's funny that I didn't even know about him until that whole thing with the him filming himself with the guy in the woods.
the suicide forest
yeah.
in Japan, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it took. I was like Jake Paul, but
Dude,
yeah, he was like throwing water balloons at at McGregor's press people.
It was like the guy is like McGregor's. I don't even know if it's his current BJJ coach, but his ex or maybe current Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. Not even in like a. I mean, he's an MMA fighter, but it's
Yeah.
not like the guy's a fucking killer in a boxing ring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's like, I'm gonna box you, but the fact that like this kid, he couldn't go through like the amateur ranks and the pro ranks and get to the level where he could even fight Mayweather or McGregor.
No, 100%.
And he just, he has money, so he's just like, I'm fighting these guys, and he's like, I'm a boxer. And it's
Yeah.
like, but you're not, though, because there's kids, like 15 years old, in Mexico that would put it fucking on you.
Yeah, that'd be.
And then all
They'd
these
have been
people are
boxing
like,
their whole fucking lives.
all these people are like, you
it's
see this guy?
nothing.
He's a boxer. They really believe it. It's
And he got what he knocked out some other YouTuber.
yeah.
KSI.
KSI beat him. No, that's the other one. That's the younger brother. That's Logan, I think. I don't know. I get them
Okay.
both confused. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
But the other one just fought the basketball player, and they're like, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "It's a basketball player.
yeah.
A small basketball player. Like, let him fight LeBron James.
If
If he beats up LeBron James, then I'll let him fight a real
You're
fighter."
probably training, for like a year maybe now. And the other guy was probably training for like a couple months maybe because he plays basketball.
He's an athlete, so he's like, "I'm gonna do something."
He's like, I'm already in shape, so let me just learn how to punch, and then I'll be good.
100%. That's what they think.
He leaves his chin open, and that's what happens. Like, look at Chuck Liddell. Fucking put your hands up, please.
Yeah. That old punching bag. No, I just think it's ridiculous. This guy, I mean, he called out McGregor, Mayweather, Canelo, which, I mean, it's not even.
Dude, he's
I think
literally
it's called out
just
like 7 MMA fighters already.
he's literally just fishing in the pond trying to get somebody to bite, 'cause,
And he
like,
will.
He will eventually, but at the same time, it's just like a show. Like, it's all it is. He went from being a YouTube personality to being a boxer, and now that's his YouTube personality is him being a boxer.
It's all a show. Like, not even just that stuff, but like just being alive as a show. So,
Yeah.
they're just more successful at it right now. They got that algorithm figured out where their show's working and ours isn't. But fuck that guy, man. Everybody just remember the day where he did the suicide forest.
Dude,
and
I'm not gonna go
have
down
that
without
energy
being-
towards him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go down without being at least more successful than Jake Paul. You know what I mean?
That's
there's no way that I know that's a
That's
high
a big
bar,
statement, man.
but there's no way that you're not, worth more on a YouTube channel than Jake Paul is.
No, I mean maybe, but that's a
Is it big shoes to fill? Kind of.
no. I feel like
Vibrations, not good.
the table.
Arms. Vibrations.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all good. Just like you guys were like kind of like almost destroying the the table for a second here, right?
Oh, okay.
What were we? I mean, I don't even think we were touching stuff.
And you're like, she's like,
Oh, you like to move? My bad.
it's all good.
Oh, I didn't know I was breaking stuff. Dude. You know I'm a grizzly bear, and you put me around like expensive audio equipment, and you're just like, be careful.
Backed up to,
I'm the size of 3.5 people around. Like, look at this thing in my hands. It looks like a child's microphone, and you're like, be careful around this stuff, and I'm like, okay. It's like, this is a regular sized coffee mug.
like King Kong trying to sip out of a coffee mug.
That's just I do want to see one of these guys take the bait, and it's always going to be under the guise of charity and no KO or whatever. But I want one of them really to fucking wreck this guy.
Yeah, I just want to see McGregor actually fight him, and McGregor just fucks his shit up.
I'm not even saying that.
Like,
I'm saying it
breaks
here
his nose or
first.
something.
You've heard it here first. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, whichever one of you assholes want it. Robert the Beast Burwell, he'll put it in on you. He's ready to come for you. He's the same weight. He's put in the work. Let's get after it. I'm tired of these guys walking around.
Boxer.
They're just doing it for the money. If they want to do it for a real fight, let's get in with a real pro. Let's get in with someone with some experience, and let's put in some work.
He won't do it.
They don't want it. They don't want the Beast.
Because you know what happens? He gets his ass whooped by
The Beast. That's what happens.
and then
And that's expected. And then you know what happens? We go out and we celebrate, and this guy, he's over here sucking on some guy's John.
he's not even a real boxer. Like he's 2 minutes. That's the longest he could last. Probably the same in the bedroom.
I mean,
That's a pretty long time.
that's pretty adequate. Come on. Who you trying to take care
I'm
of?
just kidding.
Who you trying to take
I'm
care of?
just
Let's
kidding.
be real. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
look, as long as I nut, that's what I'm worried
That's what I'm
about,
saying. She'll
you
get
know?
herself afterwards. Or he'll. I don't want to,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm actually the opposite, but we're not gonna go into that. My mom watches this.
Well, your mom knows that you eat ass.
I think she tries not to think about it though.
She knows.
I mean, yeah.
She knows.
If you haven't accepted it at this point, like
It's just, you can't negate the fact that we live in a society where if you eat off the floor, you're a weirdo, but if you eat ass, it's okay. Like, why can't I eat something that fell on the floor a few minutes ago?
That
Not
is
even
confusing.
a 5-second rule. Like, it could have been like 3 minutes ago, but if I just that pizza still is okay, why couldn't somebody eat that? And they would literally get roasted to death. But it's like, if you come out as someone that eats ass, you're like, yo, that's my fucking dog. Which you are my fucking dog if you eat ass, by the way.
yeah, it just
That's on some
You
gang
drop a
shit.
fork on the ground, you can't use that fork again, but you can eat an asshole.
I guess it's all about that gang activity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That shrimp gang.
eating ass is definitely probably more of a gang activity than eating off the floor. But maybe any gangs out there that want to adopt eating off the floor so you can normalize it for the rest of us?
Yeah, just eating ass, eating off the floor. Like
And then we just be like, gang,
Make
eat
it
off
the
the
same.
floor. And now it's good again.
you blow it just like an ass. You blow it off, it's good as new.
I usually spit on my ass before I eat. I don't want to blow on it, but to each their own.
Like a cartridge, like an NES cartridge. You just
Is that okay? That's a fair technique.
dry it out before you get it out.
Wow. Get on the old.
Don't get techniques from me.
Hit him with the.
I haven't dabbled very
old-
much. You gotta hit it with a.
One of those, Johns?
You know what I mean?
Whew. Damn. No wonder you got them breaking your windows down.
I don't.
Jesus Christ. You had them
I don't know
Alabama
who-
girls running,
Who
didn't
the
you?
fuck threw that? Whoever threw that brick at my window is an asshole. Like, let me just say, if you're watching this right now, fucking come to my house and fight me, please.
You had them Alabama girls running wild.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not even proud of it. But yeah.
It was not a good thing. Yo, like I was the most Kyle motherfucker in Alabama
Oh, man.
too.
And they loved it.
The most.
Dude.
Yo,
and they loved
how is the time I was the most of a dickhead was the time that I got the most girls, and that's sad.
Well, I don't think. It's Alabama. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, but
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
know-
they want. Okay, this is what they want. They want the guy that isn't really going to care about them Kind of resembles what, maybe like their dad drank a couple too many
natties.
Yeah, too many cold aluminums after church and like made them recite Bible verses for the whole afternoon instead of eating lunch. They want someone like that, you know what I mean? You're not going to like offer, you'll order some Uber Eats, but you're not going to order them anything. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you ordered food. And you're like, yeah, I was hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see why they were going nuts for
Gotta
you.
get some Chipotle at 12, That's more of an Orlando thing, too, though.
Do they have a Chipotle in Moundville?
They have one in Tuscaloosa, 35 minutes out.
What do they got in Moundville? What kind of restaurant?
They got one pizza chain. Wait, it's not even a chain. It's like a home pizza
What's
restaurant.
it called? Uncle John's Pizza? Is it something?
I think it. No,
Is it
I dead ass think it's Uncle John's
No,
Pizza.
no.
I dead ass. I'm gonna get my mom to send me a picture of it. I think it's Uncle John's Pizza.
Bro.
But and then there's one steak place, and that's it.
Is it like a high-end steak place?
Yeah, it's actually expensive, and they actually have really good
I mean, I can see.
stuff
They're in the probably go up the road to the butcher and get some real steaks.
Yeah, they get that top shelf shit because they're out there in the boonies. They get lean cuts from around the corner. They don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, I remember when we went out there and visited you guys. Papa cooked up some hog ribs or something. Some pork chops that he had killed in the front yard.
Yeah, it was he raised it himself. Yeah.
Yep.
We have Thanksgiving.
That's some gang shit though.
We've had Thanksgiving many times where he's put like chicken that he raised in the.
I had a Thanksgiving
pot
one
pie.
time where we went to my stepdad's sister's house, so the uncle and the aunt ish, and they had like a formal Thanksgiving meal laid out, but they also had like the smoker going, which smelled fucking delicious, and it was roadkill that they had scraped up the night before, fresh roadkill. It wasn't sitting for a few days, but
Yeah, it was probably still warm when they got it.
possum for Thanksgiving.
I'm not gonna lie, I've accidentally eaten possum before.
It's not bad. No, I don't even know if it was that good or if it was that bad. I just ate it to eat it, I guess. But I'll tell you what is good: squirrel.
I've
You ever
never
had
had
squirrel?
squirrel.
Squirrel, a little squirrel on brown gravy. Over some white rice.
The reason I accidentally ate possum is because I went to one of these family functions and they were throwing up sloppy joes, dude.
And they look fat, didn't they?
They were good ass sloppy joes.
And it was
but
possum?
It was possum, yeah.
And that was good.
Yeah, we found that out after.
You felt good, didn't you?
No,
They didn't give you no superpowers.
I mean it didn't fuck with my stomach or nothing, but
Is that if you could eat?
it was yeah.
If you could eat any animal, what animal would you eat? Not possum, right?
Shit.
So think about that.
I feel like
Any animal. What animal would you eat?
elephant.
Elephant.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like elephant meat is just like elephant or whale.
Whale. It's just blubber. It's fat. It's not meat, right?
It'd probably be really good though.
Because isn't that what they make shampoo out of? Like whale blubber?
I don't know.
A bunch of stuff out of like
I mean, but it's like
you're gonna go
it's
with
like
whale,
no, I go with elephant.
elephant. Okay.
Wait, because when will I ever taste, any type of tender meat from an elephant? Because I know there's so many fucking
Maybe like the
muscles
hind
and stuff.
quarter or something.
Yeah, there's so many muscles in different parts of it. Like there's definitely some tender ass meat in there. You can.
Well, you don't want to be
I'm
wasteful
talking
either. You
about
want to
eating
be.
an elephant.
You want to be like a nomad. Remember back in the day, they used to use
Oh yeah,
every part of the
throw
animal.
the whole animal in the freezer. Like
You make a
use
couple
the
butt
bones.
plugs out of the tusk. You get maybe a couple coasters.
Dude, you'd
out
have
of
a
the
lot of
hooves.
butt plugs if you made it out of the
Out of the
tusk.
tusks,
Like
bro.
that thing is long as hell. Think
Bro.
about how big an elephant is, like real life. Like its back would probably be touching your ceiling.
Bro, his dick is probably the size of you. Like shape and
Dead
size.
ass, it probably is.
You know, like the woof.
Yo,
Jesus.
I could still remember the first time I seen a horse's dick. It still traumatized me till this day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I was in like first grade, and I was in elementary school, and they had like a horse cop come and talk to us about how drugs are bad and stuff. You know how that worked out.
Right.
But the horse just like his dick just kind of like extended out, like this foot long, foot and a half long, 2 foot long thing just
Yep.
extended out and started pissing like 5 feet in front of us, and then retracted back in.
I can tell you when you got a small
Dude.
pecker and you see like a horse dick or something, you still get uncomfortable.
You're like,
Because
what
you're
the
like,
fuck?
well,
How
you're
am I
like, you're insecure
How
that
am
it's
I
bigger
an
than
apex
yours.
predator compared to that?
Well,
you
you're
know?
just insecure that it's bigger than yours, but it should be. But then it's just because you know everyone's is. And you're like, fuck that horse. And like, your girlfriend's
Fuck
looking
that
at the horse and you're like, fuck you too, bitch. Like, you're mad for no reason. You know?
It's
Oh,
your
it's
fault.
crazy. It is nuts.
How are you supposed to compete with a vibrator? You can't.
That's why you
the
don't worry
thing.
about yourself. That's why you worry
That's
about,
the thing.
you know.
Yes, you can compete easy.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm sure. Yeah, you can, but
you can repeat with a battery, John, but what about them little 2-cycle fucking gas Johns?
There's gas.
A gas vibrator? Son.
What do? You put 2-cycle in it?
Yeah,
Do you have to oil it up?
Well, it has like 2 tanks and it mixes itself,
Oh.
but yeah, you got to use it outside. You don't want to get carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Dude, I came home the other night and the old lady was sitting on the couch and she had a blow dryer on her clam. You know, and I thought just because it was cold outside, but the heat was running out, you know, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, heating up supper. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, man. What a fucking night.
Yo.
It's,
Yeah, it's been about 3 of those.
yeah?
Yeah, 3 nights. I don't know. Dude.
No,
I'm getting to the point where I'm, foggy, but at the same time I'm here. I'm kidding.
I don't think you are, man.
I'm kidding.
Well,
No, I'm, mentally. Who knows? Who knows?
no, exactly. And I know that, you know, even when you're sure, I know that you're not sure. You know, I got to figure
It's like
it out
I'm
for
sure,
you.
but like
There's still room.
I'll still drop my phone because it's in my lap and I don't remember it's there.
You're the guy that buckles up for a hot box in a car when it's not moving. So,
Yeah, I did that.
multiple times, I feel like.
I've done it at least twice.
Just in case the car does decide to move.
Yeah, because you never know. But I mean,
But we did know that we weren't going anywhere. That was the thing. So you do kind of know. Just in case, though?
I'd say it's not a bad idea, especially if you're hotboxing.
Just to...
For more of a, I think it was more of like a comfort thing, maybe. Like I was just like you, and I also have muscle memory to put on a seatbelt every time I get in a car.
Okay. So what about when, like...
If I don't, then I won't.
What about when
remember to do it.
Hollywood Bill was like, you're buckled up, and you're like, oh, shit, I am. Now it was just a
That was
security
just
blanket,
like-
you're like, I'm keeping it?
That was more of just like a, like a muscle memory reaction that I didn't realize,
You probably didn't even hear him say that. You were just like, oh, yeah.
and then just kept stayed buckled.
you know,
Did I stay buckled? I don't even remember.
the entirety. It
Oh,
was like
okay.
half an hour.
Hey, I mean, maybe I was just like, I might as well put it on now so I don't have to do it later.
But we never moved. So there was going to be no later. That was what I was kind of...
Oh yeah, we just hopped in the car and
then
got
we hopped out.
afterwards.
Yeah, just like a couple of degenerates. That's what I didn't, Why? I'm going to need you to bring that one to the therapist.
I'm gonna need to let you know after this whole simulation ends and I know what's going on.
Fair. But do me a favor. Let's bring that one to the therapist. I think that's a lot she can unpack for you.
Is that something that normal people don't think about? Like that everything's not real?
Well, no, don't bring that to the therapist. She's probably going to agree with you. But I think there's more behind the seatbelt job.
Oh, putting a
I
seatbelt
think
on
there's
for
some
no reason.
subliminal behind there.
Oh, you think like it's a comfort thing, like or
You got to tell me, brother. But
Maybe.
I don't think you know.
the thing about going to a therapist is I already know that they're gonna say that there's a lot of stuff that I need to work on and like point it out to me, and I'm gonna just be like, yeah, I already know this because I've overthinked it 1,000 times. And like,
I hope that when a therapist, because I haven't ever been to one, but I want to go to one. But I hope when they like meet me and stuff, and I start telling my problems, they're like, "Hold on, you got to keep all this trauma inside because you're gonna lose your funny." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Oh, thank God, I didn't want to do this anyways."
it's like, yeah, like once you get rid of it, but
So, what do you say? We're gonna wrap this one up and bring it on back next week.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and everything like that. Don't be an asshole.
Give us some
I'm gonna
engagement.
say that
Show
every
us.
time.
Yes, absolutely. We're really out here, doing this for the flaccid weens that, no one's doing this for.
Yeah, no, everybody needs a voice, even the flaccid wings.
Everybody needs a voice. And I feel like a flaccid ween represents a wiener probably 97% of the time.
Honestly, if we
And
wouldn't get
it's
monetized for it, we'd have a flaccid ween as our intro picture.
And flaccid weens are getting no play. Everyone wants to talk about an erection. Everyone wants to talk about a boner or a cum shot. The flaccid weens get no play, and I'm done with it. So we're going to represent the flaccid weens. We're going to represent them right. But please, engage us.
Salud.
Salud. Let's wrap it up with this pistachio coquito.
I actually only have a sip left, but I'll kill it. All right, have a good night.